I regret to say that one of cinema's greats, the director Paul Mazursky, has passed away after a good long life and dozens of film appearances. Many of them were in his own movies. Among the ones he was better known for directing were the unforgettable Enemies: A Love Story, which is about a trigamist who's trying not very hard to keep the wives from knowing about each other. And he directed the landmark An Unmarried Woman, about a woman's life after divorce, unexpected divorce. He directed the very amusing Down and Out in Beverly Hills, with an all-star cast and it's a comedy based on a French comedy. Voodoo Saved from Drowning, that was the name. He directed the squirm-inducing Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice, which is supposedly about spouse swapping in the 60s, but it's more about the frustration of the pre-baby boomers who want to get in on the fun of the sexual revolution, but find they're a bit too old and awkward for it. And early in his career, he co-wrote the movie I Love You, Alice B. Toklas, as well as the lyrics for the title song. And it's about a lawyer played by Peter Sellers who accidentally eats hash brownies, drops out, and doesn't fit in too well either, like the characters in Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. But it ends more or less happily. Yes, early in his career, being in the 60s. And Peter Sellers doesn't fit in very well either, considering he's supposed to be in his 30s at the time, and even that was too old back then to be. Who doesn't fit into the hippie culture of 1968. Yeah, excuse me. Okay. Early in his career, Paul Mazursky co-wrote the script and lyrics for I Love You, Alice B. Toklas, which it was made in 1968, and it's about a 35-year-old lawyer played by Peter Sellers who accidentally eats hash brownies and promptly drops out of mainstream society into the counterculture, only to find that he doesn't fit in any better than the characters in Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice. No doubt in part because, unlike his character, Sellers was even older than that, 42 at least. But the movie ends more or less happily without putting down either side, but and at the same time managing to be funny. And what?